Hi, my crafty friends and family. I am Liz Yonke with Liz's Crafts, and today we're going to be using Magnolia Design Stencil. Jesus is the anchor of my soul, Hebrews 6:19. And it does come with an anchor here, but we're not going to use that anchor. We're going to use this little wooden anchor here that I got in a package from the Dollar Tree. It comes with 2 sailboats, 2 of these wheels on a ship, and then 2 of these anchors. So we're just going to use this one anchor here. And I want it to be silver, and since I don't have any silver paint and I didn't want to use gray, I'm going to use my Metallic Painter's medium tip pen. So I've already shaken it, and I'm just going to color over my anchor here. Now it does say it's non-toxic and it has no odor, but I have to tell you it does have an odor. Now I've had it for several years and it does smell like paint. It smells like spray paint actually. But anyway, I've had it for several years and I'm surprised that it actually still works. I had to throw one of them away, but I had 4 of these pens, a fine point and the medium point. Now the fine point one I had to throw away, so I had the silver in the medium and the fine point, and I had gold in the medium and the fine point. But anyway, at least some of them work. So my medium point ones work. And like I say, I don't remember where I got these from. Probably a hobby store, but it was years ago. And I want to go ahead and get the outside edges of this too. And I just wanted it to look more like an anchor, and that's why I'm using silver. And like I said, I didn't have any silver paint, so I'm just using what I have, which is my painter's pen. And you can get pens like this at in Magnolia. They have chalk paste and paint pens. I have not tried them yet. Okay, these you kind of have to shake up if they start to not work, and then you gotta kind of bang them a little bit too. But like I said, I'm surprised they're actually working. So it's Metallic Painter's Medium. It says opaque paint marker. So pretty cool. Anyway, again, like I said, I want to get the outside edges, not just the top portion of it. I'm not going to do the back of it because we're going to glue it to my surface. But I do want to color as much of it as I can. Now, I will not be using chalk paste from Magnolia, but from a different company. And if you want the link to that company's chalk paste, because it is a metallic silver, and I don't think Magnolia has any of that, I will just message me and I will give you the link. Or put a comment in there that you want the link to the silver chalk paste. And I will make sure that I get it to you. And I will put the link to the stencil in the description. And if you do decide to buy something, I would appreciate it if you would use my links, as I do get a little percentage, and it just helps me to buy my crafting supplies so that I can put these videos out here for you guys to see. And if you make any of the products, any of the crafts from the videos that I do, I would love to see pictures of it. And you can go to Liz's Craft Friends on Facebook. Just search for that. There's 2 questions you have to answer. And once you answer those questions in the affirmative, then I will grant you permission to be a member of that group. And then you can post your craft pictures there. I would love to see them. And if you haven't already liked and followed Liz's Crafts on Facebook, please do so too. And make sure you set your notifications so that you'll be notified when I put my videos out there. I'm not able to go live as my internet service just doesn't support it very well. So here's our anchor, all nice and silver. So I'm just going to put that aside to dry. And now I want to show you the surface that we'll be using for our stencil. So I bought 2 of these from the 90% off section at Hobby Lobby. So this is what this looked like before. And this is what I have it looking like right now. It is textured. And what I did was I wanted to keep this outside pink edge there. So I took my painter's tape and I taped up the edges. Then I painted it with pink acrylic paint. Once that was dried, I put white acrylic paint over top of it. Then I took my sanding sponge and I sanded the front of it. So that's how I ended up with it looking like this. I wanted to make sure that this design was covered up. And like I said, I got this from Hobby Lobby in the 90% off section. So if you ever go there and you see some 90% off items, even if they have a little bit of damage to them, you might be able to use them for your crafting surfaces. So this cost me $2.49. So it was originally $24.99. So I just think it's a pretty good deal. And that's where I like to get my surfaces. Hobby Lobby when they're 90% off, and the Dollar Tree when you only have to pay $1. Okay, so I've only used the stencil one other time, and that was on a shirt for myself. So I probably need to fuzz the stencil. You can see how sticky it is a couple times before I put it on my surface. Did you see that? Did you hear that? So it's pretty sticky. These stencils from Magnolia are adhesive and they are reusable and they are wonderful. And if you think you can't make something like this, I want to tell you right now, you are mistaken, because you can. And I would suggest, if you're just starting out and you don't know if you're going to like doing this or not, I would suggest you go to their my store link, which is lizyonke.magnoliadesignco.com, and once you click on there, go to shop, and then all the sections come up on the left hand side. Go to the very bottom where it says DIY kits, and customers are the only ones that can order the kits. Creators like me cannot order these kits. They are not available to us. So you're getting a good deal when you buy one of their kits. You get the surface, you get the stencil, you get a squeegee, and you get a little packet of chalk paste or ink. So you get everything you need to complete the project. And I want to make sure that this is on the top. Okay, so we have our stencil on our piece here. And like I said, this chalk paste is from a different company, and if you want the link to that, please just tell me in the comments, link to chalk paste, and I will get that for you. But this is a really pretty metallic silver. So I wanted it to go with, and let's see if it's going to work. It might be too light. Wow. Yeah, it's too light. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. But I'm going to go over top of it with some chalk paste from Magnolia. So just hang on. I'm going to get some gray. I thought this would work, but since it's white, a white background, it just doesn't show up. Okay. So we're going to nix this idea of the metallic silver. I just want you to see what I'm talking about. You can't see it. And a little bit of my paint is also coming off, but that's okay. I'm just going to go and get my gray chalk paste from Magnolia, and we will use it. Is right on top. Okay, so this is called Cool Gray. So we're going to try this, and hopefully this will show up. You know, we're not perfect and we make mistakes, and I see that I made a mistake using this other chalk paste, but you can usually always fix your mistakes when you're crafting. You can either cover them up or do something over top of them or whatever. So we're going to see what this looks like. Let's hope. Okay, yeah, all right. That's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to continue on with this. And like I said, this is Cool Gray. I will put the link to the chalk paste in the description along with the link to the stencil. So I'm just putting my chalk paste on the stencil and using my squeegee to go over the design. And that just pushes your product through the screen portion of the stencil onto your surface. And like I was saying, these stencils are wonderful. They're reusable as long as you take care of them. They'll last you a long, long time. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I'm just putting the excess back in my container. I'm going to put the lid on, and then we're going to lift this and see what it looks like. It's pulling a little bit of my paint off. It's a little stickier than I hoped it would be. But I think overall it was a success. Alrighty. So now I want to put my stencil face down in the water as soon as I get it apart. Wow. And you can see on here where some of the paint pulled off. If it is in the screen portion, you need to make sure you get that off of the back of it. Because if not, it is going to, if it's in the screen portion, your design, the next time you use it, is going to be compromised. So it looks like it's just popping right off with my fingernail there. I'm sure if you use your sponge on it, it will be fine. So it's all good. I did have this one part here in the A where it pulled some of the paint off, which was some of the stencil too, but you know what, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now I could take my one of these, which is a little paintbrush squeegee, or I could take an actual little paintbrush and just take some chalk paste and go over that a little bit. In fact, you know what, just let me do that, and then I can show you how you can you know, fix things that don't turn out exactly how you think they should. So they sell these in a package of 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5. So I'm just going to get a little bit of chalk paste on the end of my squeegee paintbrush, and I'm just going to put it right here on my A. Or I could have just left it. It would have been fine. I wouldn't have minded. So anyway, that's where we are. I think I would have preferred to just leave it. So I'm going to tap it with my wipe here. That's mostly dry, actually. Well, it is what it is. So anyway, you can see what it is. Jesus is the anchor of my soul, Hebrews 6:19. So I like it. I'm good with it. And I'm just going to leave it that way. So now what I want to do is I want to attach my anchor to my project here. And so I want to put this little piece of wood, and it's just from those tumbling towers from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to attach it like this so that it'll make my anchor sit up. And I'm going to use some E6000 and some hot glue. And the reason I do that is because of the temperature changes. If I want to have a craft show, and sometimes the heat will melt your hot glue and then your item will come apart. And then sometimes the cool will separate it, and then it'll also fall apart because it'll become brittle. So I put the hot glue on where I didn't put the E6000. You want the E6000 on first because it does not dry right away. The hot glue does. And I'm just going to put it down the middle of my anchor here, just like this. And then I want to do the same thing. Put hot glue, put some E6000 and some hot glue on it. I actually might have enough left. Which side would it? Whatever. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the center there. And then I'll put my hot glue on. Okay. And then I'm going to decide where I want this on my project. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm just going to hold it down for a couple of seconds. And here you go. This is our project. Now we could do a flower and put it here if you want to, or you could just leave it blank. I think I'm just going to leave it blank because we have our anchor here. I guess a flower doesn't really apply, although we can put flowers anywhere. I love flowers. So what I'll do is I'll hang this up on the wall and I'll take a picture of it. I'll put it on Liz's Craft Friends and Liz's Crafts on Facebook, and then also my videos are on YouTube, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, it is Liz Yonkey, and that's Lizyonky. I think I have about 16 subscribers, and I would love to get it up to, I think, 50. Let's say 50. That would be excellent. So if you like this video, please do this on Facebook and or YouTube. I would appreciate it. So I put my videos out there Monday through Friday around 11:30 and Central Time, and I do not do them on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. I will see you in the next video, and if you have any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll try to get back to you on that. So until the next video, my friends, keep crafting. Bye.